Okay, so you can go to the next slide. We'll get going. Um, Again, my name's Rebecca Frazetta. I'm the product program manager here at GSCSNJ. Gail Harris is the point person on the team for the fall program. She is, I always say, my guru, my lucky charm. Since she came on and we started with M2, this program has just grown and grown and grown. We have Doug Mostrom here from M2 Media, and he's going to get into the M2 Media part of the program. They are the vendor who supports the online system, the M2OS. And also with us tonight is Latoya David. She's a product program specialist at External Affairs. So she's still learning her role, but primarily she works with cookie stuff. So she supports us with fall, but she doesn't do too much with that. So next slide. So first and foremost, we just want to thank you. I know, Doug, this is your slide and you always do such a good job. If you want to jump in and do the thank you, go ahead.
Well, you know what? From everybody that works at M2 Media, I always get sent to these trainings with the specific instructions to thank all of you on behalf of all the people who support me for being the forward-facing partner of Girl Scouts of Central and Southern New Jersey. So thank you all for being great partners of ours and for supporting this program.
Awesome. Just ditto. Exactly. Thank you for being with us tonight. A few important dates I just put in the chat box. So all of the volunteers who I had on the list as registered troop leaders for next year were uploaded and got access on Saturday, the 23rd. If like your re-registration didn't happen then, or it may have went to spam, or you're just not there, send an email to our customer care team. They will tack it on to us. I've added a few leaders already today that got, saw the social media post or the email and was like, hey, I'm not in yet. So we will get you in the system. Don't worry. The product program, the fall program, actually begins on October 2nd. That's a Monday. Typically, the past few years, we've been starting on October 1st, but I really just didn't want to start on a Sunday. I'm not working. Our team's not working. I'm really working, but technically I'm not working. And I just wanted the most people available. M2's team isn't really working. So we wanted to just wait for it to be a Monday when everybody's back and make sure we're all here to help the girls get in and figure out any things that need help with. So we will be kicking off on Monday. Just a couple important dates. Again, I will have these slides as a PDF. I will have the recording. The program runs in the beginning as a 3-week in-person program. So from Monday, October 2nd to Sunday, October 22nd, girls can take in-person orders with the card. And Doug will talk a little bit more about how you can participate. But that key date is for all of the in-person products, the products that people that are on the NUT card that we're not spending shipping for. Families, troop leaders have to make sure those are entered in by Sunday. Troop leaders do have an extra 2 days. So they want to follow up with your parents just to say, hey, did anybody get any orders on their order card? Did you add them? If not, if you're locked out on that Monday or Tuesday, send me a picture. We can get them in. The service units will have 1 more extra day to help, but really after the 25th, if it's not in, it can't be added to those in-person deliveries. We're at a tight schedule to get those all submitted to the vendor to get those candies in. The last day for online orders. So then what happens on Monday, the 23rd through Sunday, November 5th is a 2-week extension. Girls can continue to send their emails out, share their link on social media. We've got some really great online only products this year that have been added. So they can continue to sell for 2 weeks and continue to get orders. All orders that come in this time goes towards your troop proceeds and goes to Girls Reward. So the program's still going on. It's just an online only extension. The girls will have until the 6th to enter any reward choices. So they may get some emails. There's, I think, 2 or 3 spots where girls have to choose between a reward. If that's missing, my team and M2 team is really great. We email, we follow up, we try to get the girls to decide. And then The products will come in mid-November, the week of November 13th. And this is when your service units get the products. So this is when your local service unit person will get a delivery at some point that week. They'll get the date in a few weeks. They have to count the products, and then they will let you know. They'll let any troops know who had candies delivered. Hey, come to my house, come to a meeting. They'll reach out to you and let you know when you can come pick up your stuff. But you should expect it to have that stuff before the Thanksgiving holiday, because they want to get it out of their house too, out of their garages. So just keep an eye on that's typically when the products come in. And just a few stats. I know, our program has grown every year since we've joined with M2. This is going into our 4th year. And just to give you, a couple stats, we have 2,237 girls who sold last year. That went up a couple hundred girls. So we're at about a 31% participation rate. As you can see, avatars created. That's like the big fun thing. The girls love creating their avatars, and Doug will talk about that a little bit more. But almost all of the girls who sold created an avatar, which is really cool. If you look down towards the bottom, our council, those 2,200 girls sent out 38,000 emails. And each email kind of has a value of about $15.56. So some people say, emails don't count. They really do. With this program, they actually really do. Our average online PGA is about 28 items. The total PGA units is about 33 items. So think, I know we think a lot of cookies where girls are selling hundreds of boxes. This is a smaller scale. The average girl is only selling about 33 items. And then if you look at the very bottom, what I love to highlight for troops is that this is just a great jumpstart for getting some funds for your troops. The average troop proceeds last year was $1,500, and that has steadily gone up the last 3 years. So troops really get a nice little great way to start up their funds and not have to ask their parents for money all the time. Go to the next slide. And again, this is this is the first of the girls' first entrepreneurial experience. Everything we do at Product Program, the fall magazine sale and the cookie program, is all based on those 5 skills: business ethics, decision-making, goal setting, money management, and people skills. I'm missing an E, just got that. It generates money for the troop. The girls earn rewards. And then, they get this little taste of a program that's a friends and family selling chocolates, nuts, magazines, and then we'll talk about them more now in a moment. And then just really understanding the girls' why. Volunteers and girls, we've done a lot of research. GSUSA has done a lot of research on why girls and troops participate. And, they've given us the reasons why it's important for the girls to be encouraged to participate. And Doug, you can just click all around why, and then we'll just talk about it. But based off girls' feedback, this is why they say it's important for them to be encouraged. Some troops might not even encourage troops. They don't get the materials. They say, we're not doing it. But these are the reasons that girls have said: confidence, money management, responsibility, technology. The M2 platform is awesome. It's so user-friendly for girls and parents and us. I love it. I've been around this game since 2000, when my daughter did it, and we go back to Nutty and some really, Doug, I'm sure remember those older systems that just were not user-friendly at all. And this system is amazing. So, accountability, teamwork, empowerment. These are all things that help them kind of build their skills to get to the cookie program, which involves really going out to customers they don't know, booth sales, and neighbors they may never have gone to. So it's just a stepping stone. And then they also, they do participate for the rewards, the activities, the trips, experiences. So it's not just the rewards we do, but it's what the troop does with those troop startup funds. It's all the fun activities that you plan with the girls, that the girls get to pick, that this helps fund. So that's really that's the product fundraising part of the program. So Own Your Magic is the theme, and this is the combined theme for cookies and the fall. This is something new that GSUSA has been doing, where it's kind of one consistent theme for both programs. Very bright and colorful, lots of purple, orange, pink. I love the theme, you know, really for girls to just alone talk about how they can own their own magic, be their own magic. And the ocelot is our mascot. And I believe there is a zoo in Philly, not the Philly Zoo. I think it's Brookwood, but I think I could be wrong. There is a zoo outside of Philly, a smaller zoo that has an ocelot. So if you're not far from there, you can definitely check it out. And then here, I mean, it's just so cute. I just want one really bad and not worry about getting mauled, but it's just so cute. Here's just some facts about ocelots. You know, they are carnivores. They live in rainforests. They're picky eaters, nocturnal. Their coats are unique, so no two ocelots have the same markings. You know, just some really interesting stuff that the girls can learn about the mascots. They always love the mascots. Troop proceeds, this is what the troop earns. All girls, unless they decide to opt out, all levels earn 15% across the board. So that's on everything sold, whether it's magazines, nuts, candy, or the new products. If the older girls, cadets and above, choose to opt out, meaning they can opt out of rewards and they can get an extra 3% bonus. So they would get 18% on all of those sales, and then they would still get the patches. So any patches that they qualify for, including the avatar patch, they would still get that even if they opt out. I know that was a big question because girls want the avatar patch. So it's a really great way to start getting some money. And ways to participate, super easy. I mean, you get this awesome order card. They can take that door to door to their local neighbors, their family and friends. And these are really where, if people want the items to not pay for shipping, these are the items that would come in mid-November. And then there's also online. So you can do both ways online. You can order the direct shipped only type of products, which are the magazines, any nuts that are not on the order card. We have 16 items on our order card. And then the 17th item is our gift of caring option. So the online shop has a bunch of more items that maybe don't sell as well here in person. So we know people who go online to get those. So when they click in the thing, which Doug will show, it'll show them what has to be shipped and what can be girl delivered. So what's really awesome about girl delivery is even if grandma's over and grandma wants to order and grandma's like, hey, I only have a credit card, the girl can go in the M2 system or send the link, and Doug's going to talk about it. And grandma can place that girl delivery order and pay with a credit card. So parents don't have to collect cash. Anything you want to add in there, Doug?
No, but what you're about is that this system for the online, the girls can create their online storefront in 4 easy steps. It takes about 7 minutes. So I always recommend, and councils always train, that the best way to participate is on the very first day of the program for you, October 2nd, to have the girls create their online storefront right away, and then let the storefront do the work while they pick up the order card and fill up that order card with orders of in-person sales.
Yeah, excellent. Just a quick question I noticed in there. Somebody had asked, how do we get like the real printed order cards? Your service unit fall people have received order cards, an M2 flyer, and a family envelope with more directions. So they have physical materials. If for some reason they ran out of them or you need them, we have them at the Egg Harbor, Cherry Hill, and Hamilton location. You can just go in and ask anybody. We have all the extra materials there, or reach out if you live too far away and we can mail you some. But check with your service unit fall person first, or your service unit manager. Every service unit got materials shipped to them a couple weeks ago. And yes, it's the Elmwood Zoo in Norristown. And I was super excited to see. I've actually heard it's a really nice zoo, but they have an ocelot. And yep, Juliet's participate the same way as troops. They just deposit all funds because they don't have bank accounts. So we do have a Juliet training coming up next week. So if you're a Juliet and you haven't heard from Gail, type that in the chat box and we'll make sure you get that invite to next week's meeting. Okay, Doug, do you want to talk about MAG since that's your biz?
Sure, sure. All of you, there's two partners involved with the Girl Scouts of Central and Southern New Jersey, and M2 is one of them. Ashton Farms is the other. Ashton Farms provides the nuts and chocolates, while M provides, as you already heard, the online platform. We also provide the online products such as magazines. That is actually going very well in recent years because of COVID. People buying more magazines, they want to have it around their house so that when they tell the kids to drop the device, pick up some reading materials, it's really easy for them to do so if there's more magazines around the house. We have over 350 titles, and the really neat thing about this one is it's the that gets delivered directly to the customer's house without any shipping charges. We also, do you want me to go over our other products?
Yeah, keep going over the new ones. Yep.
Okay. We have also added to our list of products two really exciting offerings. One is through a partnership that we did with Tervis Tumblers. And so customers can go right online and order from over 300 different tumblers, including the plastic insulated version, the stainless steel insulated versions. There's over 100 different designs that can go on any one of those tumblers. And these range, as you see, in price from $29 or $28 up to $50. When you go on the Tervis site directly, it's all comparable priced. I was actually pleased to see that Girl Scouts USA has the very similar type pricing. We also can tell you that each of these ships for only $5.99 per tumbler if a customer buys 3 in a transaction. However, if they buy 4 or more, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, each of those they sell for $1 a piece, or ship for $1 a piece. So $5.99 for the first 3, and then $1 a piece for each one purchased after that. We also are excited to announce a partnership between GSUSA and BarkBox. If you don't know what BarkBox is, but you have dogs, I know people that have dogs, this is a great product. This is normally a subscription-based product where customers pay a flat fee every month, and then in their mailbox comes a BarkBox with new toys, new treats every single month. But what GSUSA did was they went to BarkBox and they said, hey, can we do a special Girl Scout mini BarkBox available as a product for just this year? And if it goes really well, let's go ahead and expand. So BarkBox says, absolutely, let's go ahead. They created a Girl Scout themed BarkBox that has a green beret for your dog. Now, pay attention, because when you get this in the mail, you're going to want to put it on your dog's head, take that wonderful picture, and do it quickly, because inside that green beret is stitched a squeaky toy, and we know what happens when dogs find that squeaky toy. It also comes with an oversized canister of the Berry Trio dog treats, and each one of these boxes $19.99, and it ships for only $5 per address. Let me emphasize this because BarkBox really wants this partnership to go well. So they're subsidizing shipping. So if a customer buys 1, it's only $5 to that address. If they buy 2, it's still only $5 to that address. 5, 10, 15 of these all at the same transaction, $5 for that transaction to that address for however many they buy. So we're really excited about adding to offerings the Tervis tumblers and the BarkBox products.
And I just want to say we had sample BarkBoxes at the volunteer symposium Saturday, and people were dying for it. And we also found out the BarkBox box is Scent It, Scratch and Sniff. And somebody who already subscribes to BarkBox was like, oh my God, that's why my dog keeps eating the BarkBox. So the treats also have no meat in them. We've had some pet owners who remarked on Saturday that their dogs can't have any treats that have like chicken or beef in them because of issues they have. The treats are like completely fruit. So like, it's really great. I've heard from other councils who've already started that these sales are like humongous, like blowing people away, because who doesn't love dogs, right? So we're really excited for this one. Okay. Do you want to click through a few, and it shows all of the qualifications? So these are the patches this year, in addition to the avatar patch, which Doug will talk about in a little bit. So for every 2 mags, tumblers, or BarkBox, as long as they get 2 of them, they'll get the Own Your Magic patch. They send their 18 emails out. So something to do right when they get in the system on October 2nd. They get that middle 2023 patch. Sorry, my little guy's yelling. And then for 12 nut or candy items sold, they get the final patch that fits. If they do 5 donations, which are $7, it's the Pop Top can of nuts. We have 2 sites, which we'll talk about. They get the Care to Share patch, 30 items sold, the Go Getter patch, and 75 items sold, the Super Seller patch. So lots of fun patches. Like I mentioned, Care to Share, all they need is 5. These are huge sellers. I mean, we give close to 3,000 of these nuts to the Community Food Bank of NJ in Egg Harbor and Mercer Street Friends. And they get that by the end of November. And they are just so, Mercer Street Friends is in Ewing. They are just so thankful because, as you know, food banks are just in such need during the holidays. So they look forward to getting those every year. And it's just a great way that, and if customers do this either on the order card or online, there's no shipping that they have to pay. So if they send their thing out, if you have a person who wants to support the girls, but I don't want to pay shipping, I don't need anything, promote the Care to Share because it's a great way to go to those 2 area food banks. Can you go quickly back to the slides with the patches? Yep. And then again, somebody had just commented in that. Again, this will all be shared online, these screenshots, these slides and all that stuff. And it's all in the materials. Okay, so our personalized patch. These have been the big draw since we've started with M2. Girls can choose between the 2 different versions that you see there. To earn it, all they have to do is send their 18 emails and reach 300 in total sales. The average girl is already selling over 300 in sales. This has been a threshold that we have not changed yet because we just thought, why change it? Why make it higher? Let's leave it where it is. So to qualify for one of those patches, and then part of their personalization when they go in the system is they create the person to look just like them. And it's just huge. I mean, I don't know, Doug, how many varieties there are, that hundreds of thousands that girls can choose from.
2 billion different avatars can be created in our systems.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I mean, mine is so cool because it has my sunglasses, my jeans, and my UGG boots. And I mean, if you know me, that's all I ever wear in the winter and the fall. So it's just so much fun. And the volunteers can create their own too. So we recommend that you go in as the volunteer in the system, and you'll get one shipped to you as well, as long as you've created your avatar. You've activated the parent adult email campaign, which Doug will talk about. And then your troop reaches 1,000 in total sales. Again, that is nowhere near the average troop total sales. We've kept it at that for a few years. We haven't bumped it up. It's just something that's just, we said, let's just leave it be. And you can get up to two people in your troop can get that patch, and then they're printed and mailed directly to you.
And I think in that stats slide that you showed, or that we showed, the average troop last year brought in $1,900. So
yeah,
well, the average.
Yep. Like we're nowhere even, like this is like peanuts, really, honestly. So it's not like we're pushing it to keep going more. And then the cookie crossover patch. So this comes in after the cookie program. So if the girl has already earned their fall patch, now during cookies, if they enter 18 emails into the new digital cookie platform, and then sell 250 boxes of cookies, which is our like average PGA, they will then get the cookie crossover patch. I'm so sorry. The mailman is walking by. And that basically is just the same avatar that they've already created. So they don't have to do anything in there. And then they'll get that shipped to them. And that'll come again towards at the end of the cookie program. Okay, let me admit somebody else. This is just coming. Here's a sample of our rewards this year. This is also on the back of that printed order card. So the girls will see that on the very back page of their order card. This is what our rewards look like. So we do have 2 choice levels, where 3 actually, 3 choice levels where girls will pick between what they want. The Own Your Magic hat, one of our top sellers, actually created that and picked that out because we wanted an option against the t-shirt. We have 2 bundles. You know, the 30 level, you get a zipper pouch and a patch. You get the 75 level, a couple things. The 125 level, a bunch of really cool things. So lots of great rewards. Next slide. The top 10 elite entrepreneurs, the top 10 sellers, and this is the highest number of products sold, will be invited to take part into the special Elite Entrepreneur CEO event and receive an Elite Entrepreneur fleece jacket. Last year, they did a SEAL cruise, which was really fun. This year, we're combining the fall and the cookie one together to make it even bigger. And I want to say our top number one girl, that I think it was like less than 200 items, right? Maybe a little over 200. Like, so we're not talking about cookies where these girls are selling 3,000 items. Like, we're looking at the 200 level, just to give you an idea of where the top 10 is at. It's like maybe like 150 to 200. Those girls are coming in. And we actually had, I think, 12 or 13 top 10 this year, because 3 of the girls all finished at the same, and I didn't want to just not include them all because they worked hard. So I counted those 3 as one. So we actually did go a little bit higher this year because I wanted to recognize them all. And then before we jump into the demo slides, I'm just going to show, this is the product lineup. This is what's on that order card. We have 2 new products. We have the Cheddar Caramel Crunch, which is delicious. I can eat it all day, every day. Nut-free cheese crackers, cheddar corn sticks, caramel cheddar puffs, mini pretzels. It's in one of the stand-up bags. So delicious. We gave out samples at the symposium and people loved it. And then the second item is the Thai chili mix. So sweet Thai chili almonds, rice crackers, wasabi peas, sesame sticks, garlic breadsticks, teriyaki corn nuggets. It's a little spicy. I don't think it's like a 10. I want to say it's like a 5 or 6. But if you like those flavors, this is going to be perfect for you. And that's in the Pop Top can. This is the holiday tin. We have our in the order card, you have the chocolate covered pretzels. That is our number 1 selling item online and in person. It outsells every other product every year. Online, you can choose to get the tin with deluxe pecan clusters in there, but that's an online only thing. If they order on the order card, it comes with the chocolate covered pretzels. And then did it skip one? The Peace Out tin? Maybe I missed it. Might come down towards the back because I was shifting stuff around. But the Girl Scout tin is like a Peace Out tin. It's like a 60s and 70 year. It's second in the series, so that's like the age, that's the decades they're looking at and highlighting, the 1960s and 70s, and it says like Peace Out on it with lots of Girl Scout themes, and that has the mint treasures. 18 of the 30 items are gluten-free, so we promote all of the nutritional and allergen information. It's very easy to find. It's also listed on the order card. And then the same kind of what Doug started to mention about the online program, when the girl gets in, with what the customer sees is the 2 different things to click from. So they can go to the online portion, which is the magazines, and then they can go to the nuts or candy site. So instead of it being 2 separate sites the way it used to be, it's super easy for the customer to just click from the one link. And this is the shipping prices again. I know people say, oh, it's really expensive. The system used to automatically prompt 2-day shipping because it's a food item. And depending on where it's going, if you're ordering chocolate, you have family and friends who may be Midwest or South where it's still warm, but you can, and this is what we promoted to people, you can change it back to the standard. And I want to say, I think we switched it. Doug, you might know. I think it should come up as standard first, right?
I think I heard in the last training that Ashton, that you requested to have it default to standard shipping, but know that that's guaranteed from Ashton Farms. So if the product does come melted.
Yep, exactly. And so I think people just need to be aware of where they're having it shipped to say, hey, if like, this is going to my brother in Texas, like, hey, you may want to order 2-day shipping because they pack it and prepare it the best it's going to be. And that 2-day shipping is guaranteed. So if it does get damaged or doesn't arrive in 2 days, like we have a whole process for that. Standard's pretty quick, but it's not 2 days. So if you're going to a warm location, they really honestly should pick 2 days. If it's coming to New Jersey, you definitely have a little bit more leeway in, October, November. So.
And always keep in mind that a lot of it goes through Memphis because Federal Express will ship to Memphis and then back to where it needs to go. So it could be sitting in a hot plane.
Yeah.
So we always got to remember that too.
Yeah. Yep. So just the last few things, the permission slip like last year is combined online. This is all on the Rallyhood. You forward this to your parents, have them fill it out. They put in your email address and you have copies. There's also a PDF version of this if you prefer printed out versions of this. We recommend you keep this until the end of the 2024 year in case there's any issues with cookies. Next slide. And then the Troop Fall Product Program, if you have a volunteer doing this, they should also be filling this out, just agreeing to do certain aspects of the program. You want to make sure that, you know, they're paying attention to what they need to do if they're representing the troop. Again, that's all on the Rallyhood. And yes, I will put those links in the chat as well. Rallies, if you do a rally with your girls, you can do any of we have a rally guide on the All Things Fall Rally. There's also a form there you can fill out to get the free rally patch, which is down there in the corner. It's just lots of fun little activities, a goal poster, some coloring activities. It's designed for younger girls, but it's a way to get a free rally patch if you're participating. And then there's the Rallyhood link. I'll put that in the chat as well once Doug takes over. Everything we have, every material, every flyer, every link is on the Fall Product Program Rally. So that's your go-to to get any resources. Everything that's printed is there. Every link that we're pushing you to is all on that rally. There's even some clip art that Gail has put. There's a message board. So you definitely want to go there if you have any questions. Gail monitors it every day and we can reach out and help you. And just quickly, a few contests. There is a contest poster on the Rallyhood. We have 2 of these giant, like 4-foot, 20-pound ocelots. They're super cute. So basically the same criteria as the patch, the avatar patch. All girls who meet that criteria are automatically entered, and we will pull 2 winners on Monday, November 13th. So they don't have to do anything to win. It's automatically entered. And then the next slide, we have 2 more contests. We split it up. So we have 1 for cadets and above and 1 for daisies and juniors. And these both contests are for girls who have at least 40 total items sold, online, in person, whatever. If they have 40 items, they're automatically entered. The older girls will, 10 girls will win a cat wooble. It's that crochet set that was on Shark Tank. And we're going to work with Selenia in our Hamilton shop to either do an in-person or virtual crochet lesson. And then the book contest for daisies and juniors, same thing. All girls who have at least 40 items will be entered to win. We have this really adorable book, Itzel and the Ocelot. We have 25 winners for that. And then we also have a live reading on Zoom with the author, Rachel Katz-Stoller. So any girl can jump on that live reading. We will promote it. We'll put it the links on Rallyhood and share it and social media. But 25 girls who've qualified will win that actual book. And it's super cute. I love it. All right, so I am going to let Doug take over to show you the online girl experience, and I will put some links in the chat and also keep an eye on chat.
All right. Well, great job, Rebecca. And this is the exciting part for me because it's what I do every day almost. One of the things you might have seen in the stats earlier was that roughly 86% of the overall program is received online. And how easy is it for the girls to create an online account or an online store? As I mentioned before, it's only 4 steps and it takes less than 5 minutes. So you might already know how to do. You might have done this for the last 3 years, and this being your 4th year. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through what the girls will see and then show you a few different features that may remind you or that you never knew about, so that when the girls ask you or the parents ask you certain questions, you will have as much information as possible about how the online experience works. But let's start with step number 1, basically, when the girls can set up their site. Our site will open for the Girl Scouts of Central and Southern on October 2nd. Nobody can open it beforehand, but on that day, that's the first day you can go to our landing page to start creating your online storefront. And how do you get there? There's 2 different ways to get there. Rebecca mentioned that the service units have all the paper items, and down in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, you're going to see the M2 flyer, which goes ahead and talks about the 3 easy steps for getting online. In the middle of that, circled in the yellow there, is the URL that any girl, any parent can browser starting on October 2nd. They can type that in, go to our homepage, and there will be an email going out to the caregivers on October 2nd. If the troop leaders, that's all of you, if you go ahead and activate the parent adult email campaign. I'll go over that right at the end of this training and how you activate that. But if you activate that, the caregivers, the parents will all get an email on October 2nd announcing the program has started, and down in the lower corner of that email will be a link that they can go to. Once again, in the middle of the flyer or on the lower left-hand corner of the email will get them to this home page. Now, please understand that this entire site can be translated over to Spanish with one easy click of the button in the upper right-hand corner. But if you want to leave it in English or translate it to Spanish, to get started to create this year's account, simply click on Create an Account. 4 easy steps, 5 to 7 minutes. And once the store is open and you come back throughout the rest of the program, you can simply come back to the same page, click Login, and then you troop leaders, you get to log in through this same page through the Visit Admin site. But let's talk about the setting up the storefront. The first thing our site's going to ask the caregivers and girls is for their zip code. Verify they're in the site for Central and Southern New Jersey. We're going to ask the caregiver's first name, last name, their email address, and a password. The email address is what they'll use to log back in after the storefront is open for the first time. They click register, and that starts the 4-step process. It's super easy, but if you forget how to do it, there's even a video to remind you of the things I'm about to tell you. But how easy is it? It's very self-explanatory. Type in your troop number. Even people who don't know their troop number, there's a button for them. Then they'll start typing in their last name. Our system will search the database of names that have been uploaded system by the council and display on the screen for the girl to pick her name. Once she does, we'll give her the opportunity to type in her nickname. Now, one thing about that avatar patch that you saw earlier, the girl gets to create her avatar. She gets to choose the outfit that is on the patch, and she gets to choose the background. But she also gets to choose whether she gets her first name, her initials, or her nickname on the patch. And this is why we collect her nickname. We're going to 3 simple questions. What does Girl Scouting mean to you? What is your goal? And what is your troop plan to do with the money? All of you troop leaders, if you haven't had the discussion yet, please, the very first next meeting, go ahead and have that discussion. The fall program is starting. We're going to all be participating in this. We're going to be earning proceeds. What do we all want to do with the proceeds that we earn? Because the girls on October 2nd and thereafter are going to be asked these 3 questions, because what we do is we take those answers, we put it into a paragraph, and we display it on her storefront so customers have a better understanding of why she's doing this, how much she's trying to raise, and how she's going to benefit. The more the customers understand, the more supportive they are of the program. And that ends step number 1. That took all of about 30 seconds to a minute. Step number 2 is really fun. She gets to create her avatar. We've talked about this several times, and she can use all the different attributes listed on the right hand, and again, to create over 2 billion different avatars. So she'll easily be able to create an avatar that looks like herself. After she creates the avatar that looks like herself, listen to this, she can make the avatar sound like herself. So right underneath the avatar circled are links that she can click on in order to bring up this screen. This screen is where she can record her voice right into the system. We provide a sample script, but encourage the girls to even personalize that script a little more. Hi, my name is Susie. I'm a Girl Scout of Central and Southern New Jersey, and I'm trying to raise money so that our troop can ABC, whatever it is. Once she's ready to record her voice, she clicks on the red button, she records her voice, and then she clicks on the button again to stop. Our system will take her voice, add it to the avatar, and then that avatar is going to play her message with animation to all of her customers. Girls last year that created her voice in the app sold on average 100% more than the girls who didn't add their voice to the avatar, and you can imagine why. Step number 3 is actually optional, but if she wants to get more sales, she can upload her own photo and or her own video, or she can actually come back to this step a little bit later, and I'll show you where. But notice on the right-hand side, we display the personalized patch for her to see for the first time and the criteria that it takes to earn that patch right above it. One of the criteria is entering email addresses. And that takes us to step number 4. So we've spent all of about 3 minutes in the system so far, and we just need to let everybody know that she's going to have an online store open momentarily. How do we do that? By entering email addresses. Now, keep in mind that if girls participated last year, when they get to this page, our system have saved all the email addresses she put in last year, making her easier for her than for all the girls that are in here for the first time. But next year, all the girls who enter email addresses this year, those email addresses will be waiting for her. You want to add more email addresses? It's very simple. Type them in one by one, or make sure the girls understand how easy this is, because if they click on any of the icons across the top, the caregivers will be able to have all of the email addresses in their computer show up right on their screen. Now, I blocked out the email addresses because that was my email list. But what it is all the email addresses in the caregiver's computer will show up on the screen, and with one click of the button, they can add as many email addresses as they've marked off to add. It is that simple. That's why the system's so easy. That's why it only takes 5 to 7 minutes, and they will go ahead and simply launch their program. Once they click launch my program, the site is open. It's open for business. Anybody can go shop there. We create a link to that the girls can then share via Facebook, Twitter, or they can copy the link and put it in text messages and other ways to promote that as well. Then we drop the girl. Oops. There we go. Then we drop her right into our interactive patch making page. The girl gets to design her own patch. This is what makes this program so fun. Watch the patch change as she makes her selections. So she can have her first name, her initials, or her nickname. She can leave the background to be the waterfall or switch over to the ocelot hanging out in the tree. And then she can leave her avatar in the outfit she originally designed her avatar to wear, or for the sake of the patch, she can change into the pink romper or the gray safari suit. And once she decides on exactly how she wants the patch to look, she slides the toggle over to the right. She types in her physical home address, and that patch, after she earns it, goes into production and gets mailed directly to her house. She saves this. We will display what her final patch will look like. We even tell her, hey, look, this is what the envelope will look like when it arrives in your mailbox. So if you get this, don't throw it away because there's a patch inside there. Then we send her an email congratulating her. We show her the patch that she earned by entering the right number of email addresses. And for Girl Scouts of Central and Southern New Jersey, this won't be the Own Your Magic patch, as Rebecca. This will be the 2023 patch that she earns just for entering email addresses into the system. She doesn't have to write the emails that go to the customers. We will do that for her. We will include her avatar, we'll include links to her storefront, and it makes it super easy. Then we drop her onto her dashboard, and this is what she will land on every time she logs in after this. Now, I've highlighted 2 different things on the screen for you so that you can help the girl think like a business person, because understanding customer behavior is a big part of business. So ask the girls, you entered your goal. That goal is going to show up on your storefront for all your customers to see. If they see that you've reached your goal when they get to your storefront, what do you think they're going to do? And most of the girls are going to say, they're not going to buy anything. And you'll be like, well, that's probably a pretty good prediction. So here's what I highlight is the way to change your goal very easily. If the girls are getting close to their goal, ask them to monitor that. They can click on the link right underneath their avatar, and this page will come up. And notice in the middle of the page is an editable field with the 500 in it. They can highlight the 500, type in a higher goal, and then hit update at the bottom. And immediately that'll update. Parents with more than one girl can go ahead and register another girl, create her storefront right from this page without having to log out and start all over. Then when they want to pick which girl whose dashboard they want to see, they'll click on the icon you see circled at the bottom. It'll turn up this page. All the girls in the family will be listed on this page for the caregiver to choose which one they want to look at. Now, One of the other ways to participate is by picking up the order card and filling it out through in-person sales. But every order card needs to be put into the system. So we have a link for the girls to click on, and it's called the Manage Paper. We click on that. We ask all of the parents to enter the success of the order card sales right into the system. This will always be a running total of how many items of each flavor they've sold. There is no submit button. There is no anything. Once it's in the system, it'll stay in the system until the system gets locked down. So after you've entered these, I recommend you ask the parents to send you a final image of their order card via text message or email or something, so that you can look at their order card on your phone or on the internet or on the email and verify the information they entered is accurate. Simply by typing into each field. Then you can help them edit it, if correct, or you simply update it as you go along. The girls get to monitor and track all the email addresses they put in the system. When they click on that icon, this will come up and it'll let them know that there's a colored dot next to each email address. And at the bottom, they can see what that means. They can also add more contacts throughout the program to get more sales, and then always update that as they go along. They can see, just like a business, all of the reports regarding their sales. They can look up this page and see a report of all of their sales, or they can break them out by different categories listed that we've already talked about. There's even a page where they can see the campaign stats and see what our system will seize as well, because some of these items are tied to the number of email addresses they put in. When they click on campaign stats down in the middle of this page on the left-hand side, they'll be able to see how many email addresses we see in the system. If they need to reach a certain number of emails, and go back and click on that email icon to add more email addresses in to reach the threshold. They can even see who's ordered online girl delivered orders, so that they know their customers and who to deliver the nuts back to at the end of the program. I'll also show you where you can get the delivery tickets for those as well. And every report is printable, downloadable, and can be emailed to anybody. Now, there's going to be some really motivated girls out there that want to take advantage of some we've built in the system to make it easier for them. They can click on the icons for personalized door hanger or business cards, and these will automatically come right up on their screen, already built for them. All they need to do is print them off and hand them out to potential customers. Basically saying, hey, we're having a great program here. I'm trying to sell certain products so that our troops can do some really cool things. Please visit my online store. Upper right-hand corner, you're also going to see what an ad looks like that pops up on a potential customer's cell phone when she copies the link and text messages it out. We create really neat ads. The customers can tap on that and go right to her online store as well. This is, remember, in step number 3, it was optional. She could come back to it if she wanted to. Well, if she creates a video and she wants to put that up on her site for customers to see, this is how she'll do it. She'll click on that icon and go ahead and upload that video. She can update her patch at any time before she earns it, and she can update her avatar. If she got braces, for instance, and she wants to update that, she can definitely add braces to her avatar. She can visit her avatar room by clicking on this link. Inside that room, there are digital rewards that our system rewards her for doing things that are going to help her be more successful. There's question marks for all the unearned digital rewards that she can click on, and our system will tell her what it takes to earn those digital rewards. But also in her digital room is a troop photo. Now, all of you have access to this troop photo on your dashboards, but the girl will come to her avatar room to find hers. When she clicks on it, she'll be able to see the troop photo of all the avatars that you create for yourself, as well as all the girls in her troop. Now, this is where you're going to want to get a little bit more creative too, because most troop leaders will go ahead and print this out before every troop meeting, bring it to the troop meeting, and show the girls the updated troop. There will undoubtedly be sometimes girls that haven't yet participated who see this and say, ooh, I want to get my avatar on there. How do I become part of this? And that's a great opportunity for you to simply hand out the M2 flyer or give her instructions on how to take those 4 easy steps in 7 minutes to create her storefront so her avatar will show up on there. Then a lot of troop leaders get even more creative and they take the final troop photo, they put it on t-shirts, they put it on hats, they do different creative things and tell the girls to wear it at their next activity where they're going to go around and do certain things. Lots of fun things you can do. Now, on the back of the order card, Rebecca showed you all of the rewards. Those rewards are pictured on the back of the order card, but they reside and are managed right through the system. By clicking on the physical rewards tab, the girls are going to be able to get in, see all the different rewards that are listed on the back of the order card, the criteria that it takes to earn it, and most importantly, when they do reach those levels where they have to make a choice, our system will not only remind them that they've reached that level, but will also provide them the opportunity to make that choice right away. If they don't make the choice right away, our system will help you out and help the girl out, but keep reminding her to make that choice before the girl's deadline of being able to make choices, whether it be for 2 different rewards or even to put her shirt size in if she earns the t-shirt. Share her site throughout the program. She can update her profile as well and in real time see the top sellers in her troop. So that is really the girl experience. Hopefully some of you learned something that you didn't know before, and you can talk a little bit more about this with the girls as they ask questions.
Doug, just one quick question that I wasn't able to answer. For the troop avatar photo, can the troop print that out for each girl, or does that have to come from the girl account?
That comes from the girl has to print out her own avatar photo, but the troop leader can download and print out the troop photo.
So each girl creates her own avatar and then they feed into the troop site, and then the troop can see that.
The girl doesn't do anything with the troop photo other than view it. The system will, once she's created her avatar, the system will add her avatar to the troop photo.
Got it. Perfect. And then will you talk about opting out of rewards? Is that on the troop level?
Yeah, we can. Now, when we were on that proceeds page, you explained that there is a 3% opt-out bonus for troops that opt out of rewards. I'll go into this a little bit, and then we will make sure we talk about that as well, okay?
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome. So all of you get in on the fun too, because you get to create an avatar just like the girls. The girls wondering, can my troop leader create an avatar? How good are they at this? Well, we have adult attributes that you can use. As you notice, the avatar to the second to the right over there, it kind of looks like me. Well, that's because we put white hair in there and things like that for all of us adults. But how do you get started? As Rebecca said, you should have gotten an email back on September 23rd. And if you didn't, just email the council. But before you do that, if you haven't seen it yet, the spam, junk, or other folders, okay? And then when you see that email for the first time, if you haven't already, or if you have seen the email and haven't clicked on it, either way, there's a link in that email that we ask you to click on. The first time you click on that link, it's going to ask you to customize your own password. It's going to ask you to watch a troop training video that will remind you of all the links on your dashboard, okay? That video will available as a link on your dashboard, and I'll go over that in a second. And then it's going to ask you to go ahead and authorize the parent adult email campaign. This page will pop up on your screen if you haven't seen it already, and it will list all the email addresses of the caregivers in your troop. We simply ask you to go ahead and click send and continue. If you send and continue, that means that on the first day the program starts, which is October 2nd, an email is going to leave the system and go to in your troop, letting them know that the program has started, providing them the link in that email to get to that homepage so the girl can start creating her online store. This is a really helpful way for you to have a successful program and to let the caregivers know that the girl's program has started. Then that feature is available on your dashboard. This is the look of your dashboard, and over there on the top left-hand side of the links, you will see that link. This page will open up kind of like the girls when they click on the email icon on their dashboard. You'll see all the email addresses that were in the system when you first went ahead and authorized it, and then you can add more contacts at any time. You can go ahead and view the email that will be going out to the parents on October 2nd. You can see the status starting on October 2nd of which parents open up their email. You can even resend emails when you see the parents haven't opened it. You can send it. You can update this throughout the program. The training video that you are asked to watch when you first log in is available, as I mentioned, on your dashboard. Your service unit volunteers can see this, you can see this, and when you pull it up, you can simply scroll over to the part of the training video where you need a little bit of a reminder. And when you log back into the system, at any time after the first time, you can get there two different ways. By typing in gsnutsandmags.com/ or the gsnutsandmags.com/GSCSNJ, which is the same URL that the girls go to, but you just click over on visit admin site to log in. We will always display, for those of you that have multiple roles, your multiple roles. So you get to select which one you want to manage at that time. And then without having to log out, if you want to switch roles, just go up into the upper right-hand corner, click on that, click. We will then display your roles again for you to select which role you want to switch over to. There is a really cool.
Sorry, Doug. Somebody had posted when they signed up on Saturday, they were taken to a page that said campaign wasn't available yet. Because it hasn't started.
Yes, the campaign itself hasn't started. And if you log in to gsnutsandmags.com/GS GS Central and Southern CSNJ, and you click on create an account, you won't be able to. But if you go and log into the admin site, you should be able to.
Yes, you're correct. So when you first go, you're going to see like a girl site or an admin site. Only the troops who were sent in on the 23rd can get into the admin site, which is his screen right there. So if you just happen to click the girls and parents site, that will not go live until October 2nd.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, there's a really cool feature in our system called the send messages. When you click on that, you're able to communicate with all the girls in your troop very easily through the send messaging. You can even send a message through our site to specific girls in your troop. For instance, you can thank them for launching their program. You can, as the deadline approaches for getting their order card in the system, you can send them a message about that. Maybe girls put up their storefront yet, and you can click on send to participants who have not yet launched their program. You can do all sorts of different, you can send a message to all the girls in the troop. You can even see a history over on the right-hand side. There's a tab that says history to see all your sent messages. So maybe you just want to cut and paste something you sent before and just send it again. Girls that earned different rewards but haven't made their choices, as you'll even see on the screen, there's the ability to send a message just to them. We've thought of a lot of different ways and a lot of different reasons you want to reach out to specific girls in your troops, and we put that in the system to make it easier for you. There's the reports tab that you get to benefit from. When you click on reports, you, just like the girls, can see all of your sales. You can see the different categories and how many items in each category have been sold. For instance, when you start seeing that BarkBox number go up, you're going to understand why. And then you can break out reports by category, just like the girls can. And then there's a special reports tab where you can even define your need a little bit more and get an Excel report specifically on either products or rewards or orders, all sorts of different ways for you to get reports. And when you click the summary report, you get to see everything related to your troop right on the screen. Everything can be printed, downloaded to a PDF, exported to Excel, and saved for later. Even email it to each other if you have several different leaders in your troop. And then there's a delivery ticket link. And now before the delivery ticket link, I want to go and let you know that where is the opt out of, when you click on, before we go to delivery tickets, since it's not a specific slide, go up one link and then over to the right. And there is an actual link that says rewards. When you click on that, if you have is eligible to opt out of rewards, and you have 100% of the girls that all voted to opt out of rewards, you can click on that and toggle over we want to opt out of rewards. Now, please understand that that cannot be changed once you click on it. If you just are trying to test it out and see how it works, don't do it, because in order for that to get untoggled, you have to call the council, and the council has to go in and do that for you. So click on we want to opt out of rewards if all 100% of the girls do not want to receive rewards and would prefer to get that extra 3% bonus. And at that point, when you do toggle it, all the rewards will disappear. None of the girls will be able to see the rewards that are available. But remember, they do get to earn all of the patches that we've already talked about. And lastly, there will be a delivery ticket link that shows up in your dashboard, but it's not going to show up until that day that council is going to submit the order to Ashton Farms. And that day is October 26th. Right about noon, that link should show up. And when it does, you can click on it and you can start generating your delivery tickets by product or by rewards. You can do it by troop, and you can do it by girls. You can even add financials to the bottom of each of the delivery tickets if you'd like to, but it is super easy to generate those, print them off, and have them ready for towards the end of when those products will be delivered for you to pick up from the service unit and then distribute out to the girls. And with that, I want to hand it back over to Rebecca and open it up for any questions that anybody still has about this program.
Yeah, I've been just responding in the chat like crazy. So I've been trying to respond directly to people's questions. And I think I got everybody. If you're a troop leader and you have a girl and you have the same email address, you can toggle between accounts, correct?
If you are a parent and you're a troop leader,
Yes.
okay. So in the background, so if you can't toggle between being a leader and a parent, if you want to go from being a leader and toggle between your different roles as a leader, you can do that. But if you need to go over and see your girl's account, you've got to log out from being a leader and log back in. But you can have the same email address and you can use the same password.
Got it. That's right. Because if you showed that screen again, you have the admin site is one button and then the girl parent site's the other. Yep.
Exactly. It's really two different doors. If you think of it that way, you have to go in through those two different doors.
Perfect. I think I've answered every question. So girls, just remember, girls cannot, on that pink side, girls' parents cannot create their account or get in until October 2nd. We've uploaded all, as of 2 weeks ago, we uploaded all the current registered girls. Our registration system resets on October 1st. So what I will probably do is run that report again on Monday, October 2nd, and send it to M2 to upload the next wave of girls who've registered in that last 2 or 3 weeks. But if when you go in as a troop leader, if you don't see your girl in there and it's October 2nd, October 3rd, the parent can go right to create an account and they can get the girl in that day. So they don't need the email to get in. That's one of the nice parts of the system. They can create an account. Obviously they need their troop number. That helps us. And what happens is they go into a holding tank and Gail monitors that all day, every day, the first few weeks. So as girls go in, she can create her site and start doing what she wants to do. And then once we verify in the registration database that girl actually belongs in your troop, we approve it, and then she'll pop in there. So we'll be working, early next week to do a second upload. So don't panic if you don't see all your girls right now. Tell the girls again, you can direct right to the site on our website. We'll direct to the site, links on Rallyhood, go directly to the site. So they can get started right away. What you obviously want to wait until you have almost all of them in there to do your parent guardian email blast. That doesn't have to be done on October 2nd. If you're waiting for 10 more girls to come in, just give it a day or two, wait until you see them in there, because then when you do that email blast, it'll go to all of the girls in your troop. So you want to make sure that goes to everybody.
Sorry about that. I accidentally stopped sharing. I'll get it back up there.
Yeah. Any other questions that maybe I answered in the chat that just still seem confusing to you, or you can unmute and ask now. Type in.
Rebecca, did you see my question? It's about using the same email for more than one daughter.
If it's the same, if you have multiple daughters, you toggle between those, correct?
Yeah, so if you have multiple daughters, once again, once you get to the dashboard of daughter number 1, you can add another daughter by clicking on add another Girl Scout.
Yep. So that's a nice thing. You'll see them all under the same account.
I can,
You.
I don't know if you want me to go all the way back. Right there. So
Sorry, it's the email we're sending October 2nd. How do we know who's getting the email? So troop leaders, when you launch the parent guardian email, this is a troop leader level. You're launching to the girls in your troop who are in M2. So when you go in your troop and you see your troop roster and then you launch that parent girl email campaign, that's only going to the girls in your troop. And that's just something that M2 has saw that troops girls will, instead of seeing a generic email from council or from M2, they might ignore that. When they see an email that comes from their leader, they tend to respond to that better. So that's really where we've grown with that function. And it's just an encouraging email from you to remind them, hey, the program has started today or whatever the message is, but it's you don't have to do anything but hit that button. Correct, Todd?
yes.
My Zoom background, I literally just took the picture and it may be on the Gail uploaded a bunch of pictures and it's like when you go into your settings, I just uploaded the picture. So I can I don't think I can add it here, but if you want to email me and I'm happy to email it back to you. I had cookies up first. So I said, let me take the cookies down. We're on fall right now. But yeah, if you'd like the background and you don't see it on Rallyhood in the clip art, you can email me. I'm happy to send it to you. Yeah, and I put all the links in the chat. Again, all the links when you go to Rallyhood are under links. And you can forward those right to your parents. Here's your permission slip. The permission slips for cookies and nuts, so they only have to do it once. As long as they put your email address in there correctly, you'll get a copy of that. If for some reason your parents are filling this out and you haven't gotten it, shoot me an email. I have the access to the Jot form. I can send you everybody who's completed it. A couple times parents had put their own email address in there or it was misspelled. So that's why some people weren't getting them. But if there's just a Jot form glitch, I can send you the PDFs of the permission slip that the parents signed. Because you definitely want to make sure you have a copy of that. So again, I'm going to stop the recording because I want to be able to